Tomorrow night on CBS 48 Hours, a local connection. You may recognize this man from the show Justice for All with Judge Christina Perez. 6 years ago, TV bailiff and former Harris County deputy Renard Spivey found himself in a real-life courtroom drama when he was accused of murdering his wife in their Southeast Houston home. The case went to a jury who found him not guilty. And now he's giving his first interview to 48 Hours contributor Natalie Morales, who's joining us now. And Natalie, Spivey said he and his wife were fighting over a gun and that he accidentally shot her. Why were they fighting, and what did he tell investigators?
Well, Renard Spivey told investigators on that night there had been trouble in the marriage. Both sides, family members and friends on both sides said there had been tension building in their marriage. But Spivey said on that night he suspected Patricia was on her phone hiding something from him on her phone. So when she went to bed that night, he took her phone, went into the closet. He said that's when she must have grabbed his gun off the nightstand. He was as a sheriff's deputy there outside the Houston area. And he said she grabbed the gun, confronted him in the closet. And then when he saw that, he immediately went into action, tried to grab the gun from her. And that's when the gun accidentally went off, shooting himself first and then subsequently shooting him. Or shooting her.
Mm-hmm. And then, investigators say they did doubt Spivey's claims. They couldn't understand how he could accidentally shoot someone multiple times, as you mentioned. Tell us more about that.
Yeah. Right, and that's what the jurors would have to decide, was this accidental or not? The medical examiner couldn't determine in the autopsy whether it was 2 shots or 3 shots that actually killed Patricia. But prosecutors say even if it was 2 shots, that it still didn't fit with it being an accident. But the defense argued, again, it comes down to this being a service weapon. This was, a sheriff's deputy. It's a semi-automatic weapon. It's fully charged at all times. It was on his nightstand, and it doesn't have a safety mechanism. So if a finger is on a trigger and once it's pulled, it can continue to fire and recharge automatically.
And Natalie, there were security cameras in the house. How important were those to this case?
Yes, the security footage really gave, both sides a view, a window into their relationship and what might have happened on that night as the tensions were building. It also gives you a pretty exact timeline of when it happened because you can hear the gunshots going off. But then also you hear other things that both sides used to argue their case. At one point, even Patricia's, you could overhear her saying it's the same thing over and over again, as if she sounded like she was upset with Renard. So, the prosecution making the case that perhaps Renard was the one coming after her when she said that. The defense saying, though, that Patricia's anger was reaching a boiling point on that night.
Well, the local ties here in the Houston area have a lot of people very interested to hear what he says. That's Natalie Morales, thank you so much for your time. And you can watch 48 Hours, Deputy Spivey on trial tomorrow night at 9 o'clock right here on KHOU 11.